Hi everyone! Why visit Jeju? And more so, why return? I'm here to give you the best 10 reasons why you should. And I promise you, these reasons get better and better and more delicious as we go. Reason number 1, Jeju-do. The word do means island in Hangul, the Korean language. Jeju Sea is the main city on the island of Jeju-do. Although Jeju Sea is your traditional Korean town with a busy life and people going after their own business, Jeju-do as a whole is Korea's main tourist destination. With a population of 600,000 locals, Jeju-do's daily inhabitants are way more, with a steady inflow of 15 million tourists per year. Not only that it is chosen by honeymooners as the place to spend time within Korea, it also is the destination of choice of school graduation trips, as well as the most sought-after quick shopping destination for luxury items for Chinese mainland travelers. Within Korea, Jeju-do's main airport is the second largest and busiest, only behind Incheon, Seoul's award-winning airport. It has its own airline and is the ideal place from where to embark on local buses going to your hotel or on city and island tours. Jeju-do is the largest of 63 islands forming a self-governing province, the only one in Korea, while Jeju Sea has been awarded a free international city status since 2002. Aside from tourism though, Jeju-do has other feathers in its cap. Ancient human remains were found dating back 10,000 years. The island's origin is volcanic, and its 1,950 meters tall HALLASAN volcano is the tallest mountain in Korea. But what sets Jeju-do apart on a global scale is its inclusion in the most recent list of the 7 wonders of the natural world, as well as its designation as a UNESCO Global Geopark, among many other distinctions. More to come next on that subject. Reason number 2, Udo. Although tiny in comparison with Jeju-do, the island of Udo, or Cow Island, is the best day trip you can take. Volcanic like its bigger sister, Udo has its splendors concentrated on 6 square kilometers, making it an exquisite one-day sample of natural wonders. The departure dock is about 1 or 2 hours from Jeju City, depending on what kind of bus you take. A ferry boat, or better said the ship, takes 15 minutes to reach Udo. The whole round trip is less than $20, a steal. Aside from food, the rest of the day is basically free, unless you plan to play with extreme sports toys. The ferry ride is breathtaking and alone by itself worth the effort. And then you arrive. This is when you slow down and start to take it all in, while you literally go around the island. I choose the route to the left, where you can, even on foot, eventually reach Odubong, also called Soui-Moriorim, the culminating point of your journey, a volcanic parasitic cone. There are hop-on hop-off buses for $1 as well for the longest stretches. You will pass the most splendid, pristine, empty, white sand beaches such as the Sobimbeksa, polka-dotted with black lava rocks and calcareous rhodolites, contrasting with the intense emerald-colored sea. Poetically, Udo's natural and emotional appeal has been arranged in 8 kinds of sceneries, called Udo Balkyong, worth studying and exploring individually if time allows. Your aim, though, is to reach Dunganjonggul, or Kotgumong Cave, the cave of the whale's nostrils, an incredibly beautiful site located underneath the Odubong Hill. You will be seeing it from a vantage point located across, a small touristic village with amenities, but you can also go down to the water and marvel at the Konmole, the black sand beach. Made of volcanic lava sand, it is otherworldly and uniquely fascinating. Your last push is to reach the top of the mountain and the pretty white lighthouse. It is a nice walk, and the views from there are breathtakingly spectacular, both over the island as well as over the sea. You will pass more lighthouses on your way back to Jeju-do. Enjoy every minute. Reason number 3, HAENYEO. Since 2016, the women divers of Jeju-do have become an integral part of Jeju-do's UNESCO distinguished status as an intangible cultural heritage of humanity. Women of Jeju-do have been diving for abalone, conch, and other sea creatures without gear. Not only are their skills admirable, but they have also taken a leading role in their society. During the Japanese occupation, they staged the largest ever protest led by women only against the oppressive regulations imposed on them and which affected their families' livelihoods. In fact, on Jeju-do prevailed a matriarchal society. There is a HAENYEO school and museum on the island, as well as displays showing their dress habits and gear at the Jeju-do folk village. Differentiated by ranks, older HAENYEO teach younger ones the secrets of their trade. Nevertheless, their numbers were dwindling. Half a century ago, 20% of Jeju-do women were divers. Today, their numbers are only around 3,000, and many are over 60 years old. Their contribution to sustainable harvesting are substantial. Their knowledge of marine life, reproduction seasons, and practices tailored to ensure the survival of its species have brought them the special UNESCO recognition. In addition, the cooperatives they integrate practice a uniform sharing of earnings, what currently encourages younger generations to once again join their ranks. Reason number 4, HALLASAN. The Hala Mountain, HALLASAN, is an active shield volcano that rose out of the ocean to form Jeju-do and its neighboring lava islands after eruptions in Pliocene, spilling a rather more fluid lava that spread out into the sea and gave the volcano its crater shape and its island. The area of Hala Mountain is a national park. Its last eruption was about 5,000 years ago. The main crater is surrounded by some 360 parasitic cones, all with their own geologic history. Hala's crater harbors the lake Bengnokdam. For the adventurers, there are many excellent trails to follow, all between 5 to 10 kilometers, to reach different height levels of the mountain. Hallasan National Park's enormous relevance consists in its world-unique ecosystem, or better said, variety of ecosystems. The mountain basically lives in 3 climate zones, and its flora and fauna are accordingly specific, as well as conditioned by its geographic isolation. Many species evolved differently over thousands of years and are endemic to the mountain. The best place to get a feel about the flora of the park is at the Hala Arboretum, a very large botanical garden located on the outskirts of Jeju City, a nature research as well as an education and preservation institution. After visiting the glass houses and the orchid exhibition hall, you can adventure outside. Over 2 kilometers of trail will take you by water ponds, over charming bridges, and up the hills of the Gwangi-Orem volcanic cone. The best time to visit? Mid-afternoon until sunset. If you don't rent a car, get the Kakao Taxi app for more off-the-beaten-track trips. It works in English. Take your time and enjoy the sunset. Reason number 5, UNESCO. There are 3 major UNESCO nature sites on Jeju-do: the Hala Mountain Natural Preserve, I already mentioned, the Komunorum Lava Tube System, and the Sonsan Ilchulbong Tuff Cone. As a whole, under the name of Jeju Volcanic Island and Lava Tubes, Jeju-do has been recognized for its outstanding beauty and uniqueness, as well as for its contribution to the understanding of our planet's volcanism. Sonsan Ilchulbong is a tuff cone that rises out of the sea near Udo, a bus station just before you get to the docks, on the east side of the island. It was formed after a hydrovolcanic eruption. The castle-like feature can be best admired via aerial photography, although seeing the sun rise and set from there is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. The 13 kilometers long Komunorum lava tubes are considered the most striking such features currently known and accessible on Earth. 8 tube caves have been discovered so far. The upper and lower section of their walls are covered in colored carbonate deposits, in striking contrast with the black lava, with an amazing visual impact. The word orem refers to a parasitic volcano or a lateral volcano, a geologic formation that appears after major eruptions around a crater. JEJUDO has over 300 of them, and UNESCO is keeping an eye to maybe extend its nominations and protection further in the future. Aside from the 3 major UNESCO sites, there are hundreds of other volcanic features on the island that are of major scientific interest and attractive and impactful to visit. Among these are the uninhabited island formations of Bomsam and Munsam, located off the coast of Jeju-do on the south side of the island. Cruise trips departing from SEOGWIPO take you near and around these formations. As visitors, we carry a great responsibility in helping the island protect its natural wonders. Using solely the avenues provided to travelers under official protection to access and see them is paramount. Sometimes seeing from afar and learning farther is more gratifying than stepping on our world's protected sites. Reason number 6, SEOGWIPO. If you keep circling around Jeju-do, you'll eventually reach SEOGWIPO, on the exact opposite side of Jeju Sea. It is the second largest city on the island, and a bit more truthful to the fishing kind of village most of us imagine when we hear of an island, although the fishing is done from all kinds of boats and ships. Aside from fishing and tourism, the area is well known for Satsuma oranges plantations or Sulyuk tea plantations, for having hosted a football World Cup game in their handsome stadium, and for having unearthed human settlements dating back to the Stone Ages, around 10,000 years ago. One other claim to fame of SEOGWIPO is the Seonggyo Bridge to Sesom Island, built to resemble a traditional Jeju longboat called Taewoo, a single cable-stayed bridge, first in Korea. It bridges over to a nature preserve, the Birds Island. Last, but by all means no least, volcanic activity has touched SEOGWIPO as well, many eons ago, creating islands and peninsulas of an extreme beauty and interest. Cruises run to Bomsam and Munsam Islands, while the incredible UNESCO World Natural Site of the Jusangjoli Cliff of jointed columnar rocks can be visited on land. Columnar jointing happens when the lava cools abruptly, causing the rock cliffs to break up in pentagonal or hexagonal-shaped columns. Each side adheres to another column, thus creating the marvelous puzzle. SEOGWIPO does cater to other more mundane pleasures as well, with a K-pop attraction, teddy bear museum, chocolate museum, an underground shopping center, the Osulyok Tea Museum, plantation and store, a submarine, and did I forget anything? Reason number 7, waterfalls. Jeju's waterfalls are enchanted. The island is steeped in fairy tales, and it is no wonder that some of these fairies have stepped up their game when it came to conjuring waterfalls. The falls Ongto and Wongang are hidden in the mountains in the forest. Ongto is 50 meters tall, surrounded by charming evergreen forests, while Wongang is said to glow with a light blue haze. The latter also comes with a bathing pond where swimming is allowed but rather chilly. Jeongbang and Seojeongbang are 2 more falls running towards the sea. Jeongbang is actually the only waterfall in Asia that falls directly into the ocean. Legends say that under Jeongbang lived a magic dragon, while Seojeongbang is the everlasting embodiment of an emperor's eunuch searching for healing herbs. The largest Jeju-do fall, Jeonjeong, is called the Pond of God. It flows out of a ceiling of a cave and falls in 3 steps into water ponds. A legend of 7 nymphs who descend at night from the forest to bathe in the pond made people believe that its waters can cure diseases. Above the fall is the Sonim Red Bridge, with 7 nymphs carved on both sides, each 20 meters in length and playing an instrument. On even-numbered years, a festival is held for the nymphs in May, a good reason to return. Jeonjeong is maybe the most visited Jeju-do waterfall. Its 22 meters tall fall is the loudest, and it also appears to be enchanted. Illuminated by night, it is said to reveal a human face created by the shapes of the rocks. Its nearby valley is filled with rare subtropical plants, including the whisk fern without roots, the Korean chinquapin, and the beautiful camellias, among many others unknown elsewhere with long Latin names. In the pond swims the giant mottled eel that grows up to 2 meters long. I'm sure there is a fairy tale about it as well, somewhere. I'm still looking. Reason number 8, Folk Village. The best place to fully appreciate the traditions and the everyday way of life of a society is at the folk village. Unlike a museum where items are displayed under glass, a good folk village puts together building styles, professions and trades, habits, foods, clothing, interior house decor, gardens, roads and transportation, among many others. The Jeju Folk Village does just that. The tourist attraction, museum, and movie filming site is rather extensive, showcasing a collection of villages, including a mountain village, a hill country village, a fishing village, and a shamanism village, completed by a Youngmun building, a former Jeju government office with torture devices included. Although these are typical of Jeju, there is a great similarity with traditions and habits from the rest of Korea. The folk village has focused on the end of the Joseon era for historic accuracy, from around the year 1890. About a dozen of different house building styles can be seen. My favorite was the single pole cottage. As its name discloses, it is only held up by one central pole. Other homes are labeled as a hunter's home, grazer's home, a humble man's home, a painter's, a potter's, a teacher's, a physician home, and among many others. Professions and trades are shown in exhibits of working utensils and machineries, rotary grinding mills, foot pressing rice mills, water wells, potter's wheels, as well as a full HAENYEO house of the Jeju diving women with all their gear. Farming also occupies a large place in the folk village. Farming instruments even have their own exhibition room. There is a bird breeding farm, a garden maze, as well as chicken, horses, cows, and pigs. The real thing, living and breathing. To give you a good idea how much will you be seeing, the village displays 1,600 pieces of woodware, 2,300 pieces of pottery and porcelain, 700 items made of straw, 1,000 made of bamboo, 900 made of iron, and 600 miscellaneous. Ready? Last bit of trivia. Jeju Folk Village is where the K-drama Jewel in the Palace was filmed, the most successful K-drama ever, with 57% of ratings. It has its own little museum on the premises with photos and memorabilia. Guest amenities abound, as is plenty of peace and quiet. Reason number 9, shopping. There is one plane landing in Jeju-do's airport every 15 minutes, making it the busiest in the world. Aside from honeymooners, nature enthusiasts, and beachgoers, droves of Chinese, mostly ladies, flock to Jeju, visa-free to shop duty-free. You can buy in Jeju pretty much everything you need, from K-pop merchandise to handmade fabrics. But their main interests are cosmetics. Korea already has a mega reputation for having the best creams and potions, and Jeju-do is, in good part, to blame. The island was where Korea's first all-natural brand was born, Innisfree. Aside from being a UNESCO geopark, Jeju-do is also a UNESCO World Biosphere Reserve for its complex environment, fertile soil, mineral-rich water, diverse flora, and low pollution. Innisfree have developed proprietary processes to extract ingredients for their cosmetics, from freshly squeezed green tea to aloe, apple seeds, cherry blossoms jelly, orchid extract, and local volcanic clay, among many others. Major brands on the mainland also use local Jeju ingredients. Also high in demand for shoppers is the osoryok tea, grown in Jeju-do only, and considered top quality. Their award-winning Illohyang green tea is handmade and a highly prized product globally. It does come with the corresponding price tag though. It took 45 years to prepare the Jeju soil to be able to grow a spectacular product and bring Korea's tea tradition back to life. Aside from teas, the tea museum and shop also offers tea tastings and is well stocked with all the necessary Korean tea accessories. Reason number 10, surf and turf. Seafood and black pork actually. Jeju is famous for both in equal measures. Sustainably grown or harvested from the sea, both foods can be had in abundance. Abalone is maybe the most desirable seafood while in Jeju-do. Sashimi style, in rice porridge, in a hot stone pot or grilled on a hot plate. Everything goes. To abalone, add other kinds of seafood, and you'll get the divine Haemol seafood soup or a Haejanguk hangover soup. And let's not forget the HAENYEO gimbap or seafood rolled in rice, a gimbap made in heaven. Other creatures locally harvested from the sea are octopus, prawns, clams, conch, sea urchin, giant crabs, as well as hairtail fish and cuttlefish, for example. Hukdoji or black pork is a domestic piggy breed with black skin and black hair, raised in Jeju-do. Traditionally, it was smoked over hay, but today it is mostly cooked in soups and in Korean barbecue. Gogiguksu is a pork meat soup made with noodles, at about $10 a portion. The barbecue is a bit pricier. The neck, shoulder rack and ribs are used, but mainly the belly, the most popular cut among Koreans, to make samgyeopsal. Spiced or rubbed in gochujang, samgyeopsal is a delicious social meal, thus there is a minimum of 2 persons per table. What to drink? Juice. In its Mediterranean climate, Jeju grows over 126 local varieties of mandarins and oranges in greenhouses to regulate precipitations. Here are a few: the Jingyul medicinal citrus, the Hagyul or Sawasama oranges, the Gamgyul mandarins, as well as the Hallabong, Redhyang, and Jonghaekyang mandarin oranges. Grown there for over 1,000 years, with some 400-year-old trees still living on the island. What's for dessert? Peanuts, or better said, the buttery variety called Udo peanuts, locally grown as well and mostly served with desserts and ice creams. All the island's parlors are competing to invent the most elaborate combos of cool, sweet and salty concoctions. Just do the rounds, you won't regret it. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please don't smash any buttons, just gently like and subscribe for more. The world is vast and it's all yours. Next time, you might also want to fall in love with this next destination over there. Thank you.